Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Dadas Show, coming to you from Panari Hotel here in Nairobi. I'm your host, Ashiko Mbune. As our name suggests, Dadas Show aspires to promote the spirit of sisterhood, solidarity and inclusivity amongst the women of Kenya. And we do this by creating an open and a safe platform for women to discuss any and all issues pertaining to their health and well-being, their lifestyle and career, their families, among other topics. We also take pride in having the conversations that matter, not only to women, but to society at large. Happy Mother's Day. Welcome to part one of our Mother's Day special. And today we are focusing on one of the most important and powerful relationships. This is the bond between a mother and her daughter. Now, what do you do when the young girl, the little girl that you raised, becomes a grown woman with her own voice, her own choices, and her own perspective? How do you learn as a mother how to let go? And how do daughters learn how to understand the women who raised them? On this special episode of Dadas Show, I am joined by two incredible mother-daughter duos who are going to let us into their lives and share with us their journey. They will share with us the lessons that they carry, the moments that they share, and of course, the love that grows between the two of them. Today's conversation is all about connection, growth, and of course, love in its realest form. Remember to take part and keep this conversation going on all our social media pages at KBC Channel 1. You can also reach us on Facebook at Dadas Show KBC. You can reach me personally at Ashiko the Host across all social media platforms. Before we get into today's Mother's Day celebration, let's take a look at the following feature.
Every mother remembers when her daughter fits perfectly in her arms. Small hands reaching out, trusting, needing, belonging. In those early years, love feels simple. A mother leads, a daughter follows. The world is clearer, softer, and safer. But time has a way of changing things. That little girl grows. She begins to ask questions, to form opinions, to see the world not just through her mother's eyes, but through our own. And somewhere along the journey, the relationship begins to shift. The daughter finds a voice, and the mother must learn to hear it. It's not always easy. For many mothers, there is a quiet tension between holding on and letting go, between guiding and stepping back, because how do you release someone you've spent a lifetime protecting? And for daughters, there is a different struggle. They need to be understood, to be seen not just as a child, but as a woman becoming, not in opposition, but in identity. Sometimes it comes out as a distance, sometimes as a disagreement, sometimes as silence, but beneath it all, there is something deeper, a bond that doesn't break even when it bends. So how do mothers and daughters find their way back to each other? It begins with a shift from control to connection, from instruction to conversation. It's choosing to listen, not to respond, but to understand. It's allowing space, not as rejection, but as growth. Because the truth is, the relationship was never meant to stay the same. It was meant to evolve, to grow from dependence into mutual respect, from authority into friendship, from roles into real human connections. And in that space, something beautiful happens. A mother begins to see the woman her daughter has become, and a daughter begins to understand the woman who raised her, not as perfect, but as real, with her own story, her own sacrifices, her own journey, and maybe that's where the healing begins. In the conversation we avoid, in the grace we choose to give, in the love that learns to adapt, because she may no longer be the little girl you raised, but she is still your daughter, and perhaps now you're not just raising her anymore. You're learning her, and finally, she's learning you. As we celebrate the evolving bond between mothers and daughters, I wish all mothers a happy Mother's Day. For Dadas Show, I am Edna Murungi.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, happy Mother's Day to you. I hope you're enjoying it and you're celebrating it with the people who matter the most to you. As mentioned before the break, we are joined today with two incredible mother-daughter duos who are going to walk us through their lives, share with us their journey, how they've been able to deal with each other, cope with each other, grow with each other, support with each other, the whole shebang. So right next to me, I've got Mom Monica. Karibu sana, Monica. Thank you so much for making time to join us. Right next to her, we've got her daughter, Sally. You can clearly see the resemblance. Beautiful Sally. Thank you so much, Sally, for making time. And then right next to Sally, we've got Daktari mwenyewe, Dr. Lucy. Karibu sana, Dr. Lucy. And right next to Dr. Lucy, we've got mini Dr. Lucy, also known as Jewel. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining us today. I also cannot fail to appreciate and acknowledge my wonderful, wonderful audience who is here with us at Panari Hotel along Mombasa Road. Karibuni sana, ladies, and happy Mother's Day to you. I also want to appreciate you who is tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in to Dadas Show every single week as we support each other, as we grow, as we learn, as we celebrate together through communication. So, happy Mother's Day, ladies. Karibuni sana. So, Monica, let me start off with you. When you look at Sally today, as a beautiful young woman, what makes you proud? You know, what makes you the most proud, and what still worries you a little bit, where you're like, why, who are you? Yes.
Thank you very much, Ashiko, and I'm so happy to be here today again. As you have said, I am Mama Sally, and Sally is my firstborn. And when she was very young, we used to be very close friends, and we also fought a lot. And I am so proud of her because of the woman she has become now. There are so many things that have changed so far, but I still take her as my little girl. And I am happy of where she is right now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So what is something that you're still worried about? Ama Sally alikwambia mamu usiniaibishe kwa TV. You know, what are some of the things, you know, because we're being in the spirit of candor and honesty. What is something you're still worried about, you know, when you look at maybe Sally or you look at the world that, you know, we are raising our children and they're growing up in?
Especially in this generation that we are, the Gen Zs, it is not very easy to parent them. And I have so many worries, and sometimes some of them I keep to myself and just pray for her. But I am particularly worried about the kind of friends she makes. Yeah. And that is one thing that I do not want to let her just walk out or do it alone. Yeah. I normally monitor so much what she does, especially the kind of people she is around with. So when we talk about this generation that we are now in, it's not like the same way we were being parented as kids. I use some time to give them examples, or I give her examples of how life was with us, and she's just looking at me like, what? Yeah. So what? And I thought maybe that does not work with them. So I monitor the kind of people she has around her, and she's a very outgoing girl. Yeah. Sometimes I call her the MC of the area because she collects kids, all kind, younger than her, older than her. They come and see her, and she's always there, you know, trying to talk to them. She guides them. Yeah. So I monitor, and I get time with myself and her. I talk to her and I tell her, if I know a child is not a very good person or characters, I will tell them this is not good. Even if I know they are friends or maybe they grew up together and they changed at some point, I will have to tell her the truth. Yeah. So that is what I am still worried about. Yeah. It is something that we are still dealing with. You're still dealing with,
yes. And I'm sure you'll continue dealing with it as you go on, because I think friendships, it doesn't, you're always being cautioned about friends, even way into your adulthood, you know. So thank you so much, Monica, for that. Allow us to move on. So Jewel, what are some of the, what's something that people assume about having Dr. Mom that actually isn't true?
Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Jewel Wangare. I am married with 2 kids and I host a podcast, and that's who I am today. So people think Dr. Mom is actually tough, and to make it worse, she's a pastor.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that means people think there's a standard that has already been set for me. Yes. And unfortunately, my mom is the sweetest. She doesn't care about what other people think. She's cared about me. She's more concerned about who I am, how I portray myself, how I think, how I speak, all that, instead of what does society think about you. So even books-wise, we're not forced to be doctors. Yeah. All of us are now the opposite side of what she has done.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's it. Yeah.
So I'm really, really impressed that, your mom told you, chart your own path, do your own thing. And then on top of all that, you're a pastor. We'll need to come back to that. How do you stop being passy and then now you become mom? How do you relax? Actually, you know what? Let's tackle that. When we move on to you. First of all, as a professional and a mother and a pastor, was there ever a moment where you felt like you were torn between your career, your faith, and being present for, your child or for Jewel or your children? Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. I didn't want to look at the pastor's thing, but Jewel has brought it. But
it's right here with us.
I'm not ashamed about it.
Yes.
Yes, I gave birth to Jewel. I have 2 other daughters.
Yes.
I'm a mother of daughters. When I had just completed my undergraduate training at the University of Nairobi.
Yes.
That was in 1997.
Yes.
I think I had a lot of time for those 2 years.
Yes.
Because I had just finished my internship at Kenyatta National Hospital, and I didn't have a lot. I was just beginning my medical career. But for the other 2, I actually gave birth when I was doing my master's at the university.
Yeah.
So it wasn't easy to balance working in the ward and all that comes with it. As you've heard, my husband is the pastor. I assist him.
Yeah.
But definitely I also have a calling in ministry. Yes. Therefore, there is also that to do. And then my work at the beginning was clinical work at the university, at the hospital, but 10 years later, I joined an organization that required me to travel quite a bit. We've traveled quite a bit. And therefore, it was difficult to balance. And sometimes, I must say, I felt very guilty to leave them. My third born would really cry. In fact, at times, she would throw herself down when they escorted me to the airport and all that. And it was difficult, and many times I cried. However, there were always ways to balance that.
Yes.
I made sure that sometimes when I traveled within the country, we went with them to the hotels and we stayed together. And of course, on Sundays, we'd create time to be together. And in between the week, when Jewel was doing her class what? I keep confusing. Because I come from that other whatever it is, generation. Class 8.
Yes.
I think I spent a lot of time every day teaching her mathematics, which she didn't shame me.
Yeah.
She scored very well.
Nice.
And therefore you create time. But definitely there is always that pull. Do I feel that maybe I didn't do it as I would if I went back? Yes, I think so. I think if my life was rewinded in a way, I'd spend a little bit more time with my children. I'd be more intentional than I was at that time. Because I think at the end of the day, what you got is your family.
Yes.
Yeah, you can achieve so much, but at the end of the day, what you got is a family. But at the same time, it's also good to realize that parenting is a journey. Therefore, we still have time, maybe, to make up some things that never worked.
Nani, Madam MCA, wa area. What are some of the things that mom did as you were growing up, you're still growing up, that you look at it now and you think, wow, that was actually an act of love?
So at that time, I was like, why are you not allowing me? I just want to have fun with my friends. But then as I grew up, it was like with a lot of things going on, also some friendships are sometimes bad. I've seen it was helping me get rid of some things and also avoid some of the things that happen right now.
Excellent. So let's come back to you, Monica. What's one parenting decision that you made? Because Sally ameshasema wewe ulikuwa wewe ni mkali sana. If you look at Monica, you can't believe that she's a mkali like that. And she's always laughing, smiling. Always imagine, yeye ni mkali wa kushikilia mwiko kwa nyumba, What are some of the parenting decisions that you made that Sally questioned at the time and you stood firm on that?
I may look very soft, but I am tough also. And especially, but how I used to talk to them, if a child does something that I did not like, I used to tell them first the mistake, then I beat them.
Aha. So we're still beating.
So while they are crying, they know why.
Those people for spanking. No, beating.
Yeah, so I will tell them that, you know, I am a teacher by profession. Yeah, although I'm not in the field now.
Yeah.
Because of course of a younger sister who's 9 years old.
Yes.
And she got a disability.
Yeah.
She's the one who changed me now from being a teacher.
Yeah.
And because of so many things that happened, I had to quit being a teacher.
Yeah.
So I ventured into disability space. And I am now leading up a very big number of women who are caregivers like me.
Yeah.
So while they were growing up, the discipline is one of the things that I used to really instill in them.
Yes.
But as I said, I have to tell them why I am beating them first. We talk. I tell them, you did this, and for that reason, I'm beating you.
But the beating has to happen.
Yeah, it has to happen. It has to happen. It has to happen.
It has to happen.
So while they cry, they know why they are doing that.
Yeah.
There are also some things that I did not like about them, especially that the way they used to clothe. They wanted to go with the trend. Fashion, no, the crop tops, no, and they want to wear small wazi. And I told them, no. She has another sister.
Yeah.
Apart from the one with the disability,
yes.
There is a third. My third born is also a 15-year-old.
Yes.
And they used to give me stress a lot. Even now, nakwambia they want crop top, wanakutumia mapicha, wanataka wavae. Me, I look at this and I'm like, what is this now? So wao wanakasirika, wananiambia they are like, unawaweka kando, make them now out of wengine. Their friends are this, and then niko hapo kuambia no way.
Yeah.
But I taught them polepole, nikamwambia if you are wearing na kitu ingine sijui inaitwa bodysuit, at least itafunika. So if you want something, ikae tu hapo lakini kuwa kuna kitu kumefunika kwa mwili.
So you're getting to a compromise.
Yes. But I don't want them to show off their bodies, yes. Especially the tumbo, And they were not very happy with it. But with the time, you can see even how she's dressing now.
With time, there was no for showing stomach.
Yeah, she's like, saizi, hata hiyo sleepovers anasema, siku hizi hata ukimwambia hata mahali anakuangalia, anashinda, naenda kwa watu kufanya nini?
Good.
Na zamani alikuwa analia. Yeah, so those are some of the things that I did.
Yeah.
And I still stand for them now.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's wonderful. I think that the topic of clothing, I think we fought with that a lot. Especially now, sometimes I sit and then I'm like, oh, thank God I have a boy. Why? Because I sit and I say, and I look at some of the trends nowadays. Yeah. And I'm walking around. And when we were younger, we'd always sit down and you'd be like, I'm fashionable. And then one day I found myself saying, Sasa, so you angetembea ushi. I was like, we have become an old woman. I have become an old woman. So I know the topic of clothes and dressing between mothers and daughters has always been an issue. I used to like wearing the heels that are this tall. And I'm already an Amazon. I'm already a very tall person. And my mom would always tell me, Sasa wewe, ukivaa hiyo yote ukianguka kutoka huko juu mpaka huko chini. And I used to wonder, my goodness, what is the problem? I mean, but definitely that's normally a sore topic. How do you deal with it, Dr. Pastor Lucy? I'm looking for another title. I'll add Dr. Pastor Lucy Mama Jewel. Yes.
I think train up a child in the way they should go, and when they are old, they will not depart from it.
Amen.
I think one of the ways to teach our children, and that is constant throughout generations, is the behavior and the character of the parents.
Yes.
Because I realize you instill more to your children, even to people, of who you are, not what you say.
Yes.
So there are some things I've seen my children have taken, not because I told them, but because they have observed me doing that. Whether it's a bad thing or a good thing, because sometimes it can be a bad thing, and they carry it on. So over and above telling a child what they should do, really it's how you live that truly impacts them. Some of the things were actually passed to me by my mother, my late mother, who passed on in December. And the toughness you see on the face, my mother was exactly. Even my sisters, we look so tough, people hear us, but inside we are
your sweethearts, as your daughter has said.
Yes. Yeah. And I would say that one thing I saw my mother do from the time I was young was to care for poor people. At first we thought, like those days, bread was very precious. And my mother, we lived in town, so she would buy a loaf of bread. But there were so many people that were coming, and she would serve them first. It didn't matter. They eat first, then we eat.
Then you guys eat, yeah.
that thing was passed on to me, which I have seen with my children. In fact, at times I see like they are over-sacrificing because it is passed on. So I would say in anything, whether you're talking about dressing, you're talking about how to treat people, you're talking about time management, you're talking anything, really is passed on from what the children observe, especially when they are very young. Of course, it's reinforced by talking to them, but I think what we are is really what our children become.
Exactly. Monkey see, monkey do. Because I think, and those are some of the tough lessons I also learned as a mother, because I would be here preaching and say, don't do this, get off your phone, get off your phone, get off your phone. And me, I'm over there just scrolling the whole day. And you sit and you wonder, why is he still doing the same thing? So I think that's also a call to action for parents. As we are busy expecting so much of our children, our adult children, what kind of example are you setting for them to emulate? Let's move on to you, Jewel. Because she's mentioned one life lesson, but tell us another that you have carried from your mom that you find yourself doing almost every day, aside from the over-sacrificing.
Well, I'll say two things. One is time management. My mom hates mismanagement of time. Ooh. It's not even a joke. We are here on time. If you're not here on time, you have to explain why. And she keeps saying traffic's not an excuse.
Absolutely.
If you are to leave, if you know Mombasa Road traffic is like 1 hour, leave 2 hours before. So that's one. Number two is financial management. Money to us is a tool of what do I say? It's a tool of exchange. It's not, you don't have to keep it in your heart. So know how to, what do you do? How do you budget? Where do you go? Like budgeting for me is so huge. My husband keeps complaining that I'm too strict with every coin. But I even know, like right now I have 30 bob in my pocket. That's how much I've known how to.
And you know what you're going to do with that 30
bob. Yes, it can do something else. So those are the two things I'd point out.
Yes. Those are powerful lessons, Mom. Time management and financial independence. I think that's brilliant. Let's move on to you, Sally. What's the one thing, out of all the things that Mom has taught you, one thing that you've been very intentional to choose to do differently? Na Monica, usikasirikie mtoto. What are some of the things you've said? Mimi sitafanya kama mama yangu, mimi sitafanya kama I am my own person. What are some of the things that you have decided that you're going to do differently from Mom?
And she's mad, or there's something that's disturbing her, and let's say us, we don't know. Let's say me and my siblings don't know. We have no idea. So she's keeping it. But now, let's say sometimes we do something. Now she wants to she
will snap at you.
She'll snap. So I want to be someone that you say, what is your problem? Like if it's that issue, talk to me.
Tell me I had a bad day.
I had a bad day. I don't want to talk to anyone right now. Don't talk to me right now.
Wow, that's really nice. And I think very many, especially of our moms, we do that, because what I think we also need to pass on to the younger generation is to let them know that talking about your emotions and your feelings was non-existent. It was completely non-existent. Now is when we're starting to embrace. And I think I'd like to challenge mothers who are watching us today about one tool that I have noticed. I am not by any means a professional mother. I am still failing every other day. But I think the vulnerability, letting your children see your vulnerability, letting your children see when you're tired, when you're hungry, when you're sad, when you're defeated, when you're broken, it makes you very relatable. Unajua si kila mtu alikuwa number one shule. Me, I grew up and I believe my mom was number one from class 1 till university. I think all our parents were number ones, and you wonder then who was number 2? And everybody walked without shoes to school. What were all the cars doing? So today, Sally has challenged Mom, if you're having a hard time, please say, you don't even have to say what's going on. Perhaps you just say, not today. I am in a space. And you sequester yourself away from the children. So thank you so much for that. And I'm sure wazazi, munaskiza, I hope. So what are some of the, I think, Monica, how has your role changed? Because right now, especially, you did mention about having a daughter who has CP, and you left the profession of teaching to now concentrate with her. How are you able to balance, because now that there was a change of roles, how are you able to balance taking care of your differently abled child and your other children who are, who also need your attention constantly?
Yeah, thank you very much, Ashiko. That's a very sensitive question for me because in the beginning, the first 2 years, when I gave birth to her, all of us were in chaos.
Yeah.
I was not understanding what was happening to my daughter. Them, they were also not understanding.
Yeah.
So sometimes they used even to ask me some questions that made me cry.
Yeah.
You know, like, why is she so thin? Why is she not doing this? Because they were young at that time.
Yes, of course, they were kids.
But as time went by, I started learning more for myself first, and then I taught them also. They learned about the cerebral palsy. They knew why I had to take much time on her. And along the way, they started helping. Like for me, in fact, sometimes I feel sorry for her because she's nowadays like the one taking more on that girl more than I am doing. Yeah. So I now get time to go out when she's not in school. I go out there and have fun, or maybe at least catch up with some people. Yeah. She's just there sitting with the girl because my daughter is she's fully dependent. Yeah. So no one can leave her. She has to be with somebody. Even if I have a house help, somebody must be there with her. Yes. And she takes much of the responsibility. In fact, recently when we were talking about having advanced education, and we thought of taking her to a boarding place where she can go and stay there. Yes. Our question was like, Mom, what are you going to do? No,
because your life has been centered around caregiving.
She was like, what are you going to do? Are you really going to survive this? And for me, I felt, I don't know, mixed reactions. I don't know whether to feel sad or to feel good, but I thought, no, you have your life because I need to be sorry for her. Maybe I've taken a lot of her time, and she also needs to go out there and have time with herself and live her life, you know. And so I've managed. The other two are better. Yeah, I can say they have not involved themselves so much with that young girl, but for this one, she has taken part of me. And I told her, firstborn, that is what happens with firstborns. Although the road is a tough one, but let us work together. And she really loves her sister so much. Wow. She even questions me sometimes on how I'm handling her. Yeah. So for that, she at one point told me, "This is my child." So I'm like, so she will like, you people don't know how to handle her. And I might just listen and keep quiet, but deep down my heart, I feel like sometimes I want to just cry. Yeah. So I know now she's now about to go out there and make her life better, pursue education also more. And at some point she'll have to move out. So
we're not ready for that. That's not a conversation for today. That's not a conversation for today because we are all there. We will need, Dr. Pastor Mama Jewel to tell us how we are going to navigate when our children move out. But, I think, thank you so much. And I think I have to affirm you so much, Sally, for helping and stepping in and helping Mom, with the care of your sister. It is not something that comes automatic, okay? Especially to young people. So I definitely have to commend you for that, for adjusting, for making time, for sacrificing. So I feel like we need to give her a round of applause. Ma'am. Yay! I feel like we need to give her a round of applause. Thank you so much. And thank you. And I also have to commend you. I keep on saying, parents of differently able children, I feel like you have a special place, in heaven, because this is not something that you signed up for, but you commit yourself and you go in wholeheartedly. You devote your time, your resources, everything. And I really pray to God that everything works out. Yeah. So thank you. I want us to take the final question, I want each and every one of you to describe the other with just 3 words. I want to start from our lady of the day. Everyone, my panelists, you will allow Sally to be my star of the day, please. Nimesema. So I want to start with my star, Sally. Sally, what are the 3 words you can describe Mom as?
Strong, loving, and very considerate.
Very?
Considerate.
Very considerate. So she considered strong. We should have been given tissues. Oh my God. Strong, loving, and very considering. Thank you so much. Monica, what do you think about my star?
For me, I think she's very loving, very caring, and she has qualities of a leader. Absolutely. And I'm praying for her to keep pursuing the same, and I know she will go far.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. That's beautiful. Let's move on to Jewel. Jewel, give me 3 words you would want to tell. You can describe Mom today.
I'd say the one that is depth to my heart is that she is sincerely loving. It's not even a joke. She carries everyone in her heart.
Oh, wow.
Everyone, including the church.
Yes.
Can you imagine how much? Yeah, so she's
a very big heart.
Yeah. She has a sugar cane could pass through her heart. That's how deep her love is.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much. Oh, Dr. Pastor Mama Jewel. Give me 3 words or one powerful word, however you want to phrase it, about Jewel.
Since I gave birth to Jewel, who is my firstborn.
You're both firstborns, yay.
No, I'm 6th.
Yes.
Myself.
No, I'm saying Sally is also a firstborn.
Yes.
Yeah.
They take up a lot of responsibility. Anyways, but since I gave birth to Jewel, she's really beautiful. Yes, that's why we called her Jewel.
Oh.
I couldn't put off my eyes from her. For so long, I'd just look at her.
Just stare at her.
Yes. Jewel is beautiful, but also very bold. So she's bold and beautiful and outstanding. Thank you, Jewel, for making me proud as my firstborn.
Oh.
Yes.
Round of applause, guys. That is truly inspirational. I hope as you're watching us at home, you're having an opportunity to tell your mom or your guardian or somebody who has stepped into those shoes, or even say a prayer for the moms who are no longer with us, reminding them and saying a prayer and saying, thank you, God, for giving me the kindest mother, the most loving, the most generous, all of those. I think I run out of words to even describe my mother, but she definitely knows what I feel about her. We're going to take a quick break and then we'll be back for the question and answer session. So you can go wipe these tears, but don't go far away. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, happy Mother's Day to you. Remember, if you missed the first part of this show, you can definitely find all the episodes of Dadas Show on YouTube under the KBC channel YouTube page. Remember to like, follow, and subscribe. So now this is my favorite part of the show, where we give our wonderful audience an opportunity to give us a question, a comment, any feedback towards today's conversation. So to start us off for this session, we've got Liz. Liz, karibu sana.
I'm Liz Geshora, and I have a question to the wonderful moms on stage. And my question is basically about how did you transition raising your children, especially during their adolescence, whereby there's hormone buildup? How did you navigate around it to bring up girls who didn't disappoint you with teenage pregnancies, as it's becoming the tickling time bomb in our day society that children are exposed to sexual encounters at a very early age? Thank you.
Thank you very much for that question. I think for me, it makes me want to smile or laugh and then want to cry again. Because for real, if I tell you something small about myself, I was not privileged to grow in my mom's home. She didn't raise me. So I was always with my, I don't know whether to call them stepmothers, but my other mother. So there was no that close relationship. So for me, I always wanted to give my kids the best of myself. And since I told you I have been a teacher before, where I was teaching, I went with them when they were young. So we grew up together. Tunaenda asubuhi na hiyo makisirani, tunarudi jioni, tuko tu pamoja all the time. Break time, they're here all over me, until now they grew up. And I'm telling you, that period of teenage is the worst. Because I'm telling you, hizo hormones watu walikuwa wanakasirika and you don't even know what is happening. Unaambia mtu osha vyombo, anaona unamdharau, anaona ako tu sijui nini, anakasirika. Hiyo siku hakuna mtu anaongelesha mtu kwa nyumba. And I'm there like, what did I do? No, it was, there is this one who is 20 and then there is the other one who is now 15. Na I'm telling you, ilikuwa ngumu sana. Sasa ile unakasirika mpaka unasikia kuambia endeni hata. Muende kabisa mniache. But right now where I am enjoying. Because now I'm no longer talking with the kids, I'm talking with the friends. It is good to be patient with them. Yes. It is good to understand them. Because we went through the same. So unakuwa patient and then you make friends with them. And nawambia it is okay for you to feel the way you are feeling, but don't let it be too much, you know. Ikiisha we kuja tu tufurahi. And I like her because Sally is one, she's very much good. Na ananiambianga unasikia akisema ati mom, sometimes you keep quiet and you don't talk to her because me sitaki kuwapatia mizigo yangu, but I am happy she said you speak up. Now she will be ready for me to speak, or I don't know whether she's going to manage. But for her also, she also has that kind of thing. But now the difference is I now realize why she says that, because she speaks. She tells me, mom, today leo niko too off. I didn't used to understand why the same. And then kidogo anakuja na smile anambia, yaani ulikuwa tu unakasirika kidogo alafu unafurahi. Utapona tu. So I am happy. That's what we are doing. And yake imepita sasa because amekuwa grown up. I don't know if the other 15-year-old hiyo ndo tuko naye sasa hapo.
Na muta manage, by the way, because Sally atakusaidia, but thank you so much for that. I think the patience and also being around them, you've been present in their life. Of course, you've been able to help them navigate that. What about you, Dr. Pastor Mama Jewel?
All right, all my 3 girls are adults now. I would say that, you know, in addition to what Mama Sally has said, I think it's important for us to realize that children are different, even at teenage. And they all experience different things that sometimes is related to their preteen and even to their childhood. So I think there are children who are uneventful. They really go through without much trouble. And Jewel is one of them. Really, I cannot say that I had a hard time with Jewel. The others were also different, with the different challenges and different, you know, successes, if we say. And therefore, I would encourage parents to look at each child uniquely and to deal with each child as they are. And then not to generalize, not to throw general words like you teenagers, you know, not looking at that child and understanding that child and being able to discuss with that child what they are going through, what they need, and also sometimes also disconnecting yourself. I think there is a place where parents, you know, from childhood to teenagehood to also adulthood, where you get so attached to your children, because I think a mother's life is connected to their children. Maybe because we carry them, and it's very hard, as our coordinator today told us, to disconnect yourself from a child. But I've realized that even at teenage, even from the time they are young, from the time they are teenage, from the time they become adults, there comes a time when you may want to know that you are an individual, and also these people are individuals. And sometimes not feeling like if they fail, you are the one who have failed.
Absolutely.
Because that makes the parents so like anxious, hyper, and sometimes because of that, we make decisions that may not be very good for that child. And also allowing for some, you know, mistakes. You know, let me just give this one very quickly.
Clock it.
Yes, clock it.
Yeah.
My mother died in December, and I want to give it in a very summarized way. My mother died in December. My sister who really took care of her up to her deathbed, and my mother died talking so good about this daughter, I won't say which one, got pregnant when she was in class 7, those many years.
Yeah.
And my mother was so disappointed because she was the brightest. And things looked like they didn't go well between the two of them. But by the time my mother died, I don't think she would have lived to 93 years if it wasn't for this daughter. So I want to say that you can't even judge yourself in terms of your success of parenting by that just teenage. And children are different, and they will bring different things even when they are older. We are 6 girls, so in my family, so I know. And by the time mom died, she really, because 3 days she really talked. She talked good about each one of us and what we meant for her. Yet some of us thought maybe some didn't go to medical school like me, some didn't, you know, but every child is unique. And take them one day at a time.
Thank you so much for that. Wow, those are gems of wisdom. What about you, Jewel? You're a mom also. So how are you going to navigate? We're saying those ones who are memaliza. Sasa wewe ndo uko kwa hiyo safari. How are you going to navigate this particular season?
I have 2 kids who I bore together, meaning I gave birth in every year.
Yeah.
So I call them Dore. So let's see if we'll get midday. So my Dore, they are very different even how they operate. Yes. So I want to be very intentional with how I operate. I understand and grow with each one as an individual. One is more bubbly, the other one is not, the other one speaks a lot, the other one doesn't. So in that context, it means they are created in a different way. So I have to understand each one of them. One loves movies, I'll take them for movies. The other one loves shopping, I'll take them for shopping. So I think that's what I'm anticipating to see, growing with each one of them individually. As God has. Yeah.
Oh wow, thank you so much. I think the gist of it all is I think communication and dealing with each child individually. Let's move on to our question or comment from Agnes. Agnes is my mother's namesake.
My comment goes to Sally and her mom. I feel encouraged today. I'm also, I was a teen mother to a CP child. He's now resting. And I'm currently a caregiver to a sickle cell warrior. My daughter is 12. Thank you so much, Sally, for the good work you are doing. I feel encouraged.
My name is Esther. I'd want to comment and compliment Dr. Lucy, Dr. Pastor Lucy, and Jewel. Thank you for being an example that even pastors' kids can blend together, mother and daughter. And also, Mom, for being giving yourself to God. And as your daughter said, you're available to the congregations. God bless you for that, and thank you very much.
My name is Stella. I would really like to take this opportunity to congratulate Monica. You've done such a great job. I love what you've done with Sally. Sally, you are precious. God bless you. Daktari, Mama Jewel, I admire you. You are selfless, and how you've raised your children, and now we have Jewel to see. Now a question to both the panel, that is Mama Sally, Mama Jewel, and Jewel herself. Most of the time, women get different experiences around motherhood. So how would you define your motherhood? Has it been fun? Has it been a roller coaster? Has it been something that you look back and say, I wish I knew this earlier. I wish I was taught this earlier. Because for me, I am a mom of one, and I think motherhood has evolved throughout the generation. And I think it's totally different. It's different. It's harder for me right now as a millennial. So for you, how has it been? How will you define it? Is it different? And Jewel, is it easier for you now because you have a mom? Thank you.
Thank you very much for that question. For me, I think I just want to thank God. I really don't have regrets. I think I have done the best I could. I'm still on the way. So bado naomba Mungu anisaidie niwalee vizuri zaidi. But it is easier now when they are adults, unlike when they were young. When they were young, it was tough. But right now, as adults, I think we are friends and we are doing good.
Thank you so much. So how has parenting evolved for you? Comparing to, yes, Mama Dr. Sally, Mama Dr. Mama Jewel.
I think for me, I would say, as I said at the beginning, I think parenting or motherhood is a journey. And every stage has its highs, very good moments, and sometimes not very good moments. And therefore, I'd say, please take it one day at a time. When they are young, there are quite some challenges that come in there. That's the time you may not be financially stable. That's the time you're looking, your career and all that. Then when they are teenagers, well, that's another university that you need to go to. But then it also has its many joys. Yeah. And then now adulthood again has its own challenges. And, she says it's easy. I don't think it is. And there are still things we are working on, trying to understand each other. So I would say it's a journey. You will have to evolve yourself. Yes, not your children evolving, but you yourself evolving to be able to cope and adapt.
So for me, it's easier. But the truth is, having to give birth 2 years in a row was a mess for me.
Yeah.
And I think that gave me so much resilience and, push towards becoming a better version for myself, for my children.
Yes.
Not for anyone else, just for me and my children. Yeah. But now the dynamics is now as an adult, because I'm turning 30, yeah. As an adult, it's more difficult now. So I tell her things and she tells me things. Not that we hate each other, but it's just that she wants to see the best version of me and I want to see the best version of her. Because I have siblings under me. So if she's not the best version, we cannot understand her and she can't understand us.
I think my challenge to parents today is learn how to evolve with your children at whatever stage. We're not talking, parenting does not end when they get to 18, it carries on. So as you get to your 20s, evolve with as they get to the 20s, evolve with them, their 30s, evolve with them. And remember, there is no blueprint on how to be a good daughter, and there's no handbook on how to be a good mother. We all do the best we can, and we hope for the best. So we have definitely come to the end of an extremely illuminating conversation today. This is definitely the first part of our Mother's Day special. Please make sure that you tune in to the second part. But of course, on behalf of our location partner, Panari Hotel, the production team at KBC, myself, Ashiko Mbune, and my wonderful, wonderful, gracious panel and audience here at Panari, I wish you all a happy Mother's Day, and I'll catch you same time, same place next week. But for now, goodbye.